Good afternoon, my name is Brett Lyons. I came to Chrome in May of 23, so I've been here about 2.5 years. I, I came here voluntarily, and then from my past, uh, indiscretions, I was put here not voluntarily. Finished my commitment, and I've been staying on as a volunteer here so far for over a year. Growing up, I had a very good childhood, great family, was involved in school and sports. Parents took me to church, so I knew the Lord growing up. When I graduated high school, I had a couple options: either go to college, find full-time work, or join the military. I chose to join the military. I joined in 2000, and that's when I started slowly going downhill. I deployed over 15 times while I was in the military. The first 5 times wasn't bad, and then I went over to special operations where I flew on gunships. During those deployments, I directly engaged a lot of people, so many to where I quit counting. And that started making me not sleep at night, and having nightmares, night terrors, turning to alcohol to try to numb my feelings, and try to just block out the images that I would have at night. I got married, had a daughter, and right before we had our daughter, it had gotten too bad for me to where I ended up getting in trouble on base and being asked to leave the military. I was blessed. They gave me an honorable discharge, and so I'm very grateful for that. However, when that happened, it happened in November of 2015, then my life really started to spiral. At that point in time, I lost the camaraderie and the fellowship that I had in the military and the structure, and that really put a damper on my family and on everything else in my life. I continued to drink more, losing employment because of it. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and not know what happened. My wife told me, she asked me, "What happened, Brett?" And I told her, "What are you talking about?" She said, "Go look at every point of entry in the house, and there'd be knives and everything at every single point of entry." And I had a 6-year-old daughter at the house at the time. And that's one of the main reasons that I realized that I needed to seek help. It continued to get worse. I went to a couple of rehabs provided by the VA, and I just told them the answers they wanted to hear, but it truly wasn't fixing anything, and it just continued to get worse. I ended up losing custody of my daughter, getting a divorce, and at that time I relocated back to my parents' house and continued on this just downward spiral, and I didn't think I could get any lower. My cousin reached out and said, "Hey Brett, I heard about this program called Chrome. Are you willing?" And at the time I said, "Absolutely, I'm done. Let's do this." In May of 2023, my cousin drove from Panama City down to just north of Tampa and picked me up from my parents' house and brought me to Chrome. When I first got here, I was very intimidated. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I just knew a little bit that it was a faith-based program, and I was still coming off of all my medicine and the alcohol. By coming off of it, I mean I was coming off of it. I was up to a handle and a half of vodka a day, on top of my psychotropic meds and stuff that I got for my PTSD. So the first 2 weeks were very shaky. Classes were good. It let me know that that I was forgiven, and that was one of the biggest things. One Sunday, the Holy Spirit got a hold of me, and I wept for at least 8 hours straight. And people would ask me, "What are you crying for?" And I couldn't even tell them. I couldn't express how I was feeling, what I was feeling at the time. And I went out to the field that we have here, and I just said, "Lord, I'm yours. Do with me what you want." Um, from that moment forward, um, the Lord gave me rest, which I hadn't had in about 20 years. I'd had broken sleep and nightmares, night terrors. And when I finally surrendered to the Lord, He took it from me. I haven't had a nightmare or a dream, or a nightmare or night terror since June of 23, which is amazing. And the Lord's the only answer for that. As I continued the walk here, I went through class after class, just digging into the Word and actually praying and talking to Him. And, I found comfort in the Lord, where all the other programs I went to, I was focused on the problem, not the solution. And I realized that I needed to change me, and by changing me, that would be inviting the Holy Spirit into my life and actually letting Him lead my life. And sometimes it's a struggle, and I just got to dig back into the Lord and the wonderful people and staff that they have here. They've helped me along the way in the journey, and it all points back to seeking God. And He is the answer. He's the true healer and comforter. I continually seek the Lord. After 4 months of being here, I went to Tennessee to go for a DUI charge, and they arrested me for several other charges. I ended up getting furloughed here for a year. When I came back here, I picked up the program where I left off, and the year counted as my master's portion of the program here. In August of 24, my commitment was up, and I figured, you know what, the Lord's done so much for me, and I want to see what He can do for others. So I decided to stay on and just help. Currently, I'm the transition coordinator here at Chrome. I've been doing that for over a year now. And one of my favorite parts about being at Chrome is seeing the broken gentleman coming in, and you just see the aha moment happen when the Lord gets a hold of them, and their lives just continuously start to change. So I've had a couple of aha moments since I've been here, and I've come to look at things completely different and being grateful on things. I'm grateful for the Lord, working in my life to where I ended up getting sentenced here, because if not, my relationship, I don't believe, would have grown as strong as it has for Him. And during that time, I've built my relationship with my ex-in-laws who have my daughter, and I'm able to talk with her weekly, and that relationship's continuously growing stronger. I currently haven't even spoke to my other two daughters that I call my bonus daughters in years, and just recently I reached out and sent a birthday message, and if it wasn't the Lord working, I don't know what was, but the response that I got back was, "I forgive you for everything you've done, and I love you." And if it wasn't for the Lord, I don't think that would have happened, because of the change that He has made in my life, and everyone else is able to see that. It's the fruit that I'm bearing because of Him. And it's just amazing what the Lord can do when you actually submit. One thing I do have to say is, for all those veterans out there and the people that are struggling from PTSD, like I have, and I still struggle with it, reach out to the Lord. He's there. He's always there.